And now I'm joined by with Greg Remmenga for more free legal advice. And last week we were talking about kind of just your background as well as just kind of what you do overall in general. And a big thing I think you said last week with what a lot of people come to you with are personal injury cases or instances. Is that correct?
That's correct. I'd like to explain what a personal injury case is first, and then we can go into some of the things we're going to have to show why it's necessary to have an attorney. But in general, a personal injury claim is where you're injured by the act of another person who failed to act as a reasonably careful person. That's kind of the general throughout all of these is we have to first prove that you were injured by somebody's carelessness or failure to act reasonably. This goes from things such as an automobile accident where somebody fails to stop and fails to act reasonably, to slip and falls in a grocery store where the person that owns the grocery store didn't act as a reasonably careful person by preventing dangerous conditions on the property. And then there's professional negligence injury where a doctor or somebody doesn't act as a reasonably careful doctor and causes some injury. So that's in general what a personal injury claim is.
Okay.
With all of these types of claims, one of the first things, like I said, we have to prove is that the person failed to act reasonably. A lot of times people can get injured without somebody having done something wrong. If two cars are on black ice together, both of them are traveling carefully, neither one of them saw the black ice, and one of them slips off the road, that might just be an act of God. Nobody was really at fault, and both of them were acting carefully. There is nobody at fault, so there's probably no personal injury claim. Okay. So that was where we start, and that's why I've talked several times in the past, you need to get the facts at the beginning. What happened in this accident? If you're in a grocery store, what did I slip on? Why was it there? Who knew it was there? Months after it, while you're injured, it's going to be very difficult for me to go back to the store and say, oh, now we can prove that there was water on the floor or something. So get that information right from the beginning. If you're in an accident, get the other person's information, get witnesses, get somebody that can help you show that the other person failed to act reasonably. A lot of times people in automobile accidents rely on the police to find the witnesses, talk to the witnesses. A lot of times that's appropriate if you're real injured. But if you're not real injured and can talk to them, find out their names. Do some of that background work. Take pictures of the cars. Something that can help me prove that the other person failed to act as a reasonably careful person. The next thing that we need to do, and we'll talk about this next week, is the next thing was we have to prove that the accident, the failure to act, caused an injury. If the failure to act did not injure you, there is no personal injury claim. So that's the next thing that we have to prove, is that there was an actual injury.
So that's a big deal. And so today's then about that personal injury, making sure you get all the facts, specific details, and just make sure you get everything at the scene or at the moment so you have it for the future. Is that right? That's right. Awesome. Well, thank you, Greg, for that advice. And here's some more information if you'd like to get in touch with Greg, or you can visit our web channel at westernslopenow.com.